The safe part of Arizona.
Nobody's perfect. We all make mistakes. We were paying for our mistakes.
Yeah, we've got Perryville crew has deployed shelters on the dozer line. Coming through with that. Perryville.
Sandra Bachman should not have been on that fire.
The nation's worst forest firefighting tragedy in recent history.
If you're a longtime resident of Arizona, you probably recognize the Dude Fire, the name The Dude Fire. A new documentary about that fire that happened in June of 1990 is hitting limited theaters in the valley starting tomorrow. It's called Prisoner of Fire. Survivors and firefighters sharing their experience of that terrible day, loss and redemption. The film's director, Scott Briggs, is here, and two survivors, Patrick Flippen and Jeffrey Hath, are both here. Thank you for being in here. Appreciate it.
Thank you for having us.
Why'd you decide to look at this? Here we are 30-something years later, right?
Yeah, it's an important topic. What I was actually approached by one of the survivors, and he had 2 minutes left to live to tell his story, so I jumped in, and the great thing is he's, ever since he's told his story, his cancer has gone away, and he's cancer free now.
And that's very good for sure. All right, you were there that day.
A little bit.
All right, tell us about it. What was that day like?
It was a normal day for us fighting fire. All of a sudden, we just had a blow up come up and get us. And
explain that. How's that work?
well, we were cutting line. We didn't know where the fire was at. We were doing what we were told to do. Next thing I know, I'm being tapped on the shoulder by another crew saying, "Look at this. We can see it crossing the line." So we decided to move. Some of us got out before the fire crossed. When it finally crossed, the rest of us had to go back and try to basically fight it off on our own, which is getting into shelters and doing what we have to do.
And you lost a lot of fellow firefighters that day.
We did. We lost 5 inmate members and 1 staff member.
And when you see things like Yarnell Hell and things, did that bring it back?
Oh, absolutely. It was just, here we go again. Mm-hmm. We didn't learn from the first fire.
What do you see as the failure in either one of these?
Communication was a big part. Radios, communication with radios from one to another, was not there. There was just a lot of failures, and this is what the movie's about. It's to bring light, not to point fingers at anybody, but merely for future firefighters to learn from others' mistakes.
I don't think a lot of people know firsthand the kind of things that you have to do out there. I mean, it is a hot, dirty, difficult, and dangerous job, isn't it?
We're pack mules. You're a basic pack mule is all you are. You go out there and you're fighting with nothing. There are times when we've carried 5 gallons of water on our back to help put out the little fires and stuff like that. That only lasts so long. So, but you are a basic pack mule when you go out there.
And you can be exposed for sure. Right. Tell us about the movie. When can we see it, and where is it?
So it comes out Friday at the Harkins Superstition Springs Theater. We've got the premiere showings at 6:30 and 7 p.m. There's still tickets for the 7 p.m. showing. It'll show all week at Harkins at Superstition Springs. And then we're also going to be up in Prescott at the Harkins Prescott Valley, and then we will be having same thing. We're on Monday night. We're doing a red carpet event at 6:10 p.m. and 7 p.m. and it'll show all week in Prescott as well.
All right. Well, thank you for all you've done.
Thank you.
Appreciate
you having us.
Seeing you again. I know I met you a while ago. Thanks, Scott. Good stuff. All right, Rachel, back to you. Prisoners of Fire, it's called.
Yes, gentlemen. Thank you. Thanks.